Good morning, students. Today, we will study about crop production, that is, chapter 1 in your textbook. We'll study about what are crops, what are the types of crops, what do you mean by agriculture, and what are the various agricultural practices. In this module, we will study about only the two basic agricultural practices, that is preparation of soil and sowing of seeds. All living organisms require food. It is hard to imagine even a single day without food. As we know, animals are unable to make their own food as plants and thus obtain their food from plants and other animals. In order to produce food, man started growing plants on a large scale, giving rise to agriculture. In this chapter, we will study about growing of plants on large scale for food and other useful products. What are crops? Same type of plants being cultivated at one place on a large scale is called a crop, or when the plants of same kind are grown and cultivated in large quantities in a vast stretch of land, it is called a crop or crop plants. For example, wheat, rice, maize, etc. In our daily meals, the food such as rice, wheat, pulses, beans, etc. that we consume are grown as crops in the field by the farmers. Depending on the season, there are two major types of crops. Kharif crops. Kharif word means autumn. The crops that are grown in the beginning of June or July and are harvested in September or October are called Kharif crops. They are also called summer crops. The examples of Kharif crops are paddy, maize, jowar, bajra, groundnut, pulses, cotton, soybean, etc. The second type of crop is Rabi crop. Rabi word is derived from Arabic word which means spring. The crops that are grown in October or November and are harvested in March or April are called Rabi crops. They are also called winter crops. The chief Rabi crops are wheat, gram, peas, mustard, barley, linseed, etc. Very interestingly, there is a season between Rabi and Kharif which is called Zaid season. Zaid season is a short season in the month of March to June. Zaid crops are seasonal fruits and vegetables like cucumber, watermelon, muskmelon, bitter gourd, pumpkin, ridge gourd, etc. As I already told you, growing of plants on a large scale for the commercial purpose is quite scientific and technical. So, the science and art that deals with the cultivation of plants and rearing of animals is called agriculture. Horticulture is a specialized branch of agriculture where large-scale cultivation of vegetables, fruits, flowers, and decorative plants are done. Based on useful products obtained, crops are of various types or can be classified into cereal or grain crops, fiber crops, pulses or legumes, oilseeds, plantation crops, sugar plants, tuber plants, etc. To raise the crops successfully and to ensure a good crop yield, farmer follows several practices step by step and uses variety of tools. These practices are called basic agricultural practices. So here we will study about the various basic structural practices. The first and the foremost important agricultural practice is preparation of soil. As you know, seeds germinate in soil. Plants grow and are anchored in the soil. Through their roots, plants absorb water and minerals from the soil. Therefore, soil preparation is necessary for the growth of healthy and high productivity. Soil preparation involves two steps. The first step is plowing. What you mean by the term plowing? Plowing is the process of loosening and turning up of the soil. This process is also called as tilling. Now, what are the advantages of plowing or tilling, or we can say why plowing is done? Plowing is done so as to allow deeper penetration of roots, bring nutrient-rich deeper soil on the top, provides proper aeration to the roots, help in the growth of earthworm and microbes, and helps mixing of fertilizers with soil. The implements which are used for plowing is plow. It contains a strong triangular iron strip called plowshare. The main part of the plow is a long log of wood which is called a plow shaft. There is a handle at one end of the shaft. The other end is attached to a beam which is placed on the bull's neck. One pair of bull and a man can easily operate the plow. The second implement used for plowing is hoe. It is again a simple tool which is used for removing weeds and for loosening the soil. It has a long rod of wood or iron. A strong, broad and bent plate of iron is fixed to one of its ends and works like a blade. It is pulled by animals. The third important implement used for plowing is cultivator. It is a tractor-driven implement which is used to save both labor and time. Now, the next step of preparation of soil is leveling. The plowed soil often have crumbs of soil that need to be broken or crushed further to be suitably leveled before sowing seeds. This process is called leveling. Leveling is done to make the surface of the soil uniform after the process of plowing. The plowed land is leveled and pressed lightly with the help of a wooden or iron plank or a leveler. The process of leveling is done to prevent the loss of moisture from the soil, to prevent waterlogging, promotes uniform irrigation thus helping in water conservation and to prevent soil erosion by wind or water. The second most important agricultural practice is sowing of seeds. The process of placing seeds in the soil is called sowing. Good quality, healthy, disease-free and high-yielding seeds should be selected for sowing. The two important things that should be kept in mind at the time of sowing are: seeds should be sown at the proper depth which will allow enough air and sunlight to enter and the germination is not affected. If they are sown deep in the soil, then the seeds will not respire and the shoots will struggle to push through the soil. If seeds are placed on the surface of the field, they may be eaten up by the birds or rodents. The second important point to be noted is seeds should be sown at the proper distance from each other. This will allow the young plants to enough space, water, nutrients and light to grow. If they are sown too far, there will be wastage of space. If they are sown too close, they will struggle to get sunlight, water and nutrients. Methods of sowing. There are two methods for sowing seeds. The first one is broadcasting and the second one is using the seed drill. Seeds can be sown manually by sprinkling them all over the field by hands. This method is called broadcasting. This method is not considered efficient method as it does not ensure uniform spacing between the seeds and their right depth in the soil. A better method of sowing seeds is using a seed drill. A seed drill consists of a funnel-shaped seed bowl which opens into 2 or 3 long tubes. These tubes are attached to a plow. This method sows the seeds uniformly at proper distances and depths. This method ensures that seeds are covered by the soil after sowing. This prevents birds to damage the seeds. A seed drill used for sowing seeds also saves time and labor. By using seed drill, this is a modern seed drill which have 8 to 10 tubes attached to a container and are driven by a tractor. In some cases, seeds of some crops are first grown in a nursery. A nursery is a small piece of land known as a seed bed. When the seeds develop into seedlings, the farmer selects the healthiest one and transfer it to the main field. The process of shifting healthy seedlings from the nursery to the main field is called transplantation. The examples are paddy, chilies, tomatoes, etc. The advantages of transplantation are: it enables selective cultivation of healthy seedlings. It permits better root penetration into the soil. And it allows better shoot development. By this, we end up the module 1 of chapter crop production. I hope you liked it. Thank you very much and have a nice day.